Do you have a favorite video game trailer? The trailer that you like to rewatch a lot of the time for one of your favorite games ever? I think everyone probably has one of those, but most of the time we look at the trailers because of the games. We want to know more about the game, so we watch the trailer to see. However, in this specific case, today I want to rewatch with you guys the trailer for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that was presented in the Nintendo Switch presentation in 2017. So it's been a while. It was basically the last trailer before the game actually got released, the last big trailer. It was kind of a rare occasion because Nintendo put all of their guns in this trailer. It was a huge piece of marketing. I consider this to be easily my favorite trailer of all time for a number of reasons that I will explain while we rewatch this. Why I want to talk about this trailer, because it is not only a trailer for Breath of the Wild, but it's actually a piece of work in itself. As a trailer, it is a masterpiece, you know? Separated from the game, this trailer exists as its own masterpiece, you know? I think you understand what I want to say. You get a full experience just watching this. I think it's like a small movie in a certain way. Okay, but let's start the video so I can talk more about it. 1, 2, 3, go! Okay, I know the video barely started, but as I said, I'm going to pause in some moments to start. We start with the camera moving and showing us the world. It's the first thing that we see, and it's not a surprise because the world is super important in Breath of the Wild. However, this trailer in specific, I think we can, just to make it easy to understand how it is divided, we're going to divide it in 3 parts. The first part will show the world, the second will be gameplay focused, and the third one will be about the stories. So the first thing that they're going to show us is the world, which is super important, and it was something that we saw a lot in the past trailer, in the first trailer. So let's see how they're going to show the world of the game to us. So we basically have a lot of shots from the world in the game, and this is something that right now we take for granted, but Breath of the Wild kinda made a mark with this kind of trailer showing the world, showing the different vistas, and the big thing here, I think with those takes, what made them special, it's because they have life. You see that there's always something moving. We have the water here, we have the wind, we have animals right here. So it's like they are always focusing on how this world is alive. It's not just a video game. I think the goal here was to show like something similar to a documentary, like those documentaries about the wildlife and stuff like that. So you have that kind of cinematography. Not to mention that all of these shots look amazing. They were all very nicely chosen for this specific trailer. So you get an idea of the scale of this world and how alive it is. It's funny because right now we see a lot of open world games trying to do something similar with takes similar. A recent example would be the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer. However, I think you can see that with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they are trying to do something similar. There's always the animals, there's always the wind, so it feels alive. However, the lack of polish in the world in that game, how the Pokemon Company is making that game, is not even close to Breath of the Wild. So the effect is not the same. You see right here with Breath of the Wild, the level of polish is amazing. All these shots look like virtually perfect for a video game. It actually feels alive. With Pokemon, it feels like you're just watching a bunch of 3D models in a video game moving. It does not feel like it is actually alive, okay? So yeah, we are seeing the world right here, and another thing that I want to mention is about the music. The music in this trailer is amazing, and I'm pretty sure it was specifically made for this trailer. Alright, so it is the trailer, the whole trailer is made with the music in mind. Every single beat, every time that the music changes, what they are showing to us change. So they work together, the music and the visual. So yeah, I'm going to talk more about the music, but I just want to mention that now the music is very calm, we are looking at the scenarios, and it is slowly building for the more impactful moments that we are going to see later on. So let's continue. They are showing us the world, how it is alive, the camera is always moving, so we have movements. And let's not forget that this is a video game, so usually a lot of trailers start with the bigger guns, showing music, showing action, but here it is very calm, it is starting very slow because it is building the tension for the more crazy moments that we are going to see in the future. It's like a movie, as I said before, so yeah, let's continue. So we enter into the forest right now, and the Master Sword. The Master Sword is really important because right here it is showing us the first glimpse of the story. The Master Sword is very important for the story in this game. So they are showing us right here, right at the beginning, just a glimpse of the Master Sword, where it is, and putting them right in the front to tell us that it is important for the story of this game. Now the music will start to build up and we are going to change a little bit. This is the first epic take with Link on the screen, and you can see that the level of scale of this game to this day is fantastic. Like, you can see almost everything, you can see how big it actually is, and that it actually looks really good. So this is like a classic take of the back of the character and the world on its front, but to this day I don't think there's other open world game that has a better shot than this. And I really like the way that the camera goes from the grass to Link, similar to how it was in the beginning with the water and the showing us, revealing the world to us. And look, the world is always alive. There's clouds, there's winds, there's some horses here in the side of the screen, so it is alive. So the music starts to build up a little bit more. We are hearing the voices from the core, so it is an important moment, and to give that sense of action, we are finally seeing our character moving. So with these takes, you'll notice that the camera is always close to Link and then going away to show how big the world is. And always with movement. This here is amazing. Again, fantastic, showing the scale of this world. That doesn't matter where you are, you can almost always see everything. And the verticality is a big point here. You see that they're always showing places where you can see down there. Now, we are still in the first part that I said that we are talking about the world, but now we have a transition. The transition will start the second bit of the trailer, and to bring that transition we have a voiceover, which at the time was something very special because we're talking about Zelda. We don't expect to hear voices in Zelda, even though at this point we know that this game would have voices.
History of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of the Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
And then again, during this moment, Impa is talking in the background, but we are still seeing the world. And right now we are seeing a little bit more of architecture. So here we have the Temple of Time, we have the ruins of the Guardians, some different places. Again, architecture.
A primal evil.
Link moving now with the horse.
That has endured over the
And the camera always going in a specific direction.
ages.
Look at those shots. This is so amazing. It's really hard to see a shot looking that good from that distance in a Switch game. If you compare to other open world games to that similar scale, it's not even close. It's really a fantastic job here from Nintendo and Monolith Soft. So it's an easy job for the trailer to actually show this world, because in every take it looks pretty much amazing. The only thing that you can see that it is some of the trees that are clearly 2D in the background, but even then it is a fantastic vista. Now it's the end of the transition and the music finally hits a high point. So right here, where the nature starts to get disturbed.
Over the ages.
Let's go back here. So the nature disturbance, so the calm that we saw in the trailer so far finally is broke. Now everything is going to chaos. And then we have some more action-oriented shots. The tower, Ganon and the castle, which is the main threat. And let's not forget, the final objective of this trailer is get to the story by the end. Again, always showing us this scale, always those wide shots. And then we finally enter in the second part of the trailer, where they're going to show us gameplay. And every time we find a Nintendo trailer that is showing gameplay, they have a clear focus, variety, to show how much different stuff the character can do in that game, because that's what gets us excited. So let's see what they're going to do here. It's hard to stop in this part because the music gets really good. But we see that right now the music's super fast and the editing goes with the music. The calm that we saw so far has completely stopped. Now we have some fast cuts following the music at all times. So we see a lot of stuff here that right now, after we play the game, it finally makes sense. But seeing that for the first time just gave that impression of, oh my god, there's so much stuff to do in this game. So we have Link fighting a guardian, we have another boss, and we know that Link can avoid his attacks. We have Link riding this thing that we don't have an idea, and a giant boss in the background. Link using his powers from the tablets, fighting another boss, parry, another mechanic, exploding everything. So it is just a compilation of a lot of fantastic fun stuff that you can actually do while playing the game. Here we have a lot of another moments to show the dungeons, the world again. In this case we can see the glider, paraglider. Here it's also important at the time because we are finally seeing the cities in this game. So far we've seen most of the nature and stuff like that, but here we have houses, architecture, people. So there are people in this world also. Hateno Village, Gerudo Village, so different places, always wide shots, fantastic shots to show how big this game is. Some other places, the castle of course. And of course the water. It's so many amazing vistas, man. They really did the best trailer that they could with the material that they had. Now the music will stop and we are going to enter another phase of transition.
That look on your
Right here it's the moments that the trailer has been building up to, as we are going to finally enter in the story. So we have the tree speaking to Link and saying that right now he's going to tell the story that happened in the past to him.
Face tells me that you have no recollection of me, however.
I think you are now ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
This moment is very important because it is setting for, like, so far everything that we saw was what was actually happening. But now he's going to tell him what happened in the past. Who played Breath of the Wild knows that this is the perfect way to show the story, because the actual story that we see in the cutscenes happened in the past. And the trailer is preparing us for that. It's actually saying. It is a great moment, and this shot in particular is one of my favorites from this trailer. Like,
You are now
just going for Link, that same technique that we saw, the zoom out from the character, but now in a absurd scale.
ready to hear what happened 100.
Just look how far the camera actually goes. I think we can see that in in another speed for a moment. Yeah, right here.
You are now ready.
And
Ready.
look how far the camera actually goes. So this is probably not running on the Switch. I would imagine that this is like a build that they have on the PC or something like that. But it just goes to show you how much effort there is in this trailer. It's not just some gameplay moments together just to make some sense. No, this is was actually made as a trailer to sell this game in the best way possible, and without a single CGI cutscene, without a single out of the game scene, you know, like a lot of those trailers from other companies that I completely hate, to be honest. And this is all perfectly in-game, so just amazing. Now the music will get more dramatic, will get more emotional, and yeah, it's a very important moment for the trailer.
Recollection of me, however.
I think you are now ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Again, I know, very hard to pause in those moments, but we are finally seeing some of the cutscenes. It was something that at the time we really wanted to see because we didn't know a lot about the story in these games. We have some action moments, some big moments like this. We have Link with Zelda. They are trying to hide, because we never saw Zelda to this point, so they are trying to hide Zelda. She's appearing. We're seeing her from the back. We're seeing her from a distance right here. Everything is building to the reveal of Zelda's face, and in the moment that she appears, the voices in the background and the music starts.
Everything I've done
And we finally hear her voice.
up until now, it was all for nothing.
And right here what we have is a classic style of editing for movie trailers and games with focus on history. We have the voiceovers from the characters with a lot of stuff going on the screen, so we cannot understand the exactly context with everything, but the music gives all this epic emotion. Everything gets really emotional at this point. We are finally seeing Zelda.
Everything I've
The city getting destroyed. We don't know the context, but it looks like total chaos.
done up until now,
And Zelda seems to be really disappointed, really sad.
it was all for nothing.
And then we are building to the climax here. She finally cries, giving us this impression that the story will be such an emotional ride, as this trailer has been. We are seeing different characters. I'll let that moment play because it is a build up to the climax. Let's go to that.
Done up until now, it was all for nothing.
Here it comes! must save her. My daughter.
Absolutely beautiful. So we saw some bits of the story, we saw it gets emotional, and then we get to the climax. And the music, as perfect as it sounds, gives us this nostalgia present of playing the Zelda theme that we know and love so much. And the music just goes completely crazy, and then everything right here in the climax we see a bit of everything. There's gameplay, there's the world, there's the story, fast cuts, and just high energy. And the nostalgia of the music is in the same pace of, like, we also see some characters, like some races from past games, like the Garons, the fairies, the Gerudos, the Zoras, V2. So everyone is here in this game. This is a great adventure that you will enjoy no matter what. And of course, as it is a trailer, we have some moments from the final moments of the game right here, the final memories, I should say.
You must save her, my daughter.
Ending on this moment, which I think it is like the final memory that Link gets, but it is just a brief moment. It's not a huge spoiler or anything like that. And then the music stops, and we show the title, of course. It is just an amazing piece, you know. The music is so good, and every single moment is just perfect. But by the end, we still have more. We have this take of Zelda looking at the tree, and the reveal.
Open your eyes.
The release date, which we were all expecting to finally see at the time, and it was really nice because it was releasing at the same day that the new Nintendo console at the time, the Nintendo Switch, was releasing. And it also came out to this guy on the right here. I don't know if you guys remember, it's the Wii U. But yeah, it is just an amazing trailer overall, honestly. It's something that, even separated from the game, I like to watch. And I think there's something to talk about in this final section, that is the fact that maybe this trailer is more epic than the actual story in Breath of the Wild. Like, the whole vibe on Breath of the Wild is really calm, it's really soothing, it's more to the initial minutes of this trailer. I think there are rare moments in Breath of the Wild that are actually super high action and stuff like that. There are these moments in the game, but considering that most of the story happens in the past, and we see it through memories, it is not a super high-paced epic experience with plot twists and emotional moments at all times, you know? And I think this was what this trailer was selling at the time to us, with this amazing music that is not even in the game. So...
You must save her, my daughter.
Yeah, the trailer and the game, they are not the same thing. This trailer, it sold a game that is a little bit more action-packed, I would say, than Breath of the Wild. But nonetheless, I don't think anyone can criticize the final product, you know? So this trailer, I think it took all the material that they had and made an amazing final result. But that's basically it, guys. That's basically my overall opinion on this trailer. I would like to know what you guys think about this trailer right here, which I consider the best Nintendo trailer. Did you guys remember seeing this for the first time? What was your overall opinions? Anyway, I just want to discuss a little bit more of this trailer with you guys. And I also like some feedback if you guys could provide to me about this whole format where I just analyze the trailer. I'm trying something a little bit different than the usual that we do here on the channel, so any feedback will be appreciated. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. Until next time, bye!